Welcome to Little Talks, your weekly dose of marketing news, trends, and insights from Littlefield Agency. Grab your coffee, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Welcome back to another edition of Little Talks. Are you on time? Yes, you're on time. We're live, baby.
Yeah, I know. It's just we'd sit here for a while, and I thought, maybe past starting time.
Another edition of Little Talks with Littlefield Agency. I am Sam Littlefield, and with me is my timely compadre.
This time, Roop.
Roop, tell them what you've been battling over the last 20 minutes. He's full-on battling Claude.
Fighting robots.
Not our Claude.
No, not the human Claude. I've been fighting Claude code for multiple projects at once here.
The human Claude. I love that. We've been trying to figure out what we call our Claude because Claude is so popular now, but human Claude, that's perfect.
Human Claude.
Can we give the robot the name? The
weird name?
Can I just be Claude?
Just Claude.
Robot Claude.
Yeah.
Human Claude.
That's a fair point. We have a ton of announcements today, so we're going to jump right in. We'll get into our topic, of course, here in a little bit. Bring Your Kid to Work Day was last week, and boy, what a joy that was on Thursday. Claude, how many kids did we have on Thursday?
I think it was around 15.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
That's what I thought. From anywhere from 1 year old to Maddox is, or 13.
Mason is not even a year old yet.
Oh my
Melissa's
goodness.
baby.
Holy
She's not
cow.
even a
So
year
we got,
old
like,
yet.
we're
and
talking
Maddox
newborn.
is 13 or something.
That's a pretty good preview of Halloween, I think.
It was, it totally is. And it was so fun. Sarah did such a good job. Shout out to Sarah. Sarah, you just make it happen. And it was so cool. Good energy.
Yes.
I thought everyone was going to be here for like an hour, probably about 2 hours worth of shenanigans. And
most of us left.
yeah, no,
So
it was.
Sarah had just went all out.
Yeah.
Helium balloons.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, my kids still have their balloons at home. They haven't popped yet. One did fly away though. That was a tough time, but it's okay. A couple more announcements. Mother's Day was on Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to our lovely LA mamas and to all mothers out there. Anyone listening, your spouse, if you have a wife or a mom yourself, it's a special day. They keep us going. They keep our world running, and we're very thankful for all those moms.
Yes.
Would you agree?
I would agree.
Sweet. We're in the heart of Oklahoma. Thunder up, baby. We are, let's go. We are on 2 sweeps, and it is pretty cool to sweep the Lakers and to go into Los Angeles and beat them twice. So thunder up, baby. Last week, we had a whole crew in Moundridge. That was on Wednesday. We had Cruz and Perry on Friday and this last Monday. So we are just cruising. I'm in New York this afternoon through Thursday, attending a conference called Mirror and Live, which is really cool. 700 people are there. I'm also speaking at the conference. They're flying me out, baby. They're putting me up.
Are they recording this?
Heck yeah, they are.
Okay. Yeah, so we might be able to see some of it.
I think we should be able to clip a little bit. I don't have the virtual pass, but in person, I'm assuming they'll give it to me. Really, really excited to be on stage with some remarkable new business agency marketers. It's going to be really interesting, and I will debrief probably in 2 weeks, because we'll get to what next week's topic here is in a second.
Next week's a very special episode.
It's a very special episode. That'll be our last announcement. But there's the 2 people that I am with. One is from a 400-person agency. One is from a 600-person agency.
And you are from a
Littlefield Agency, 25-person shop in the heart of the Midwest, baby.
Yeah.
Really excited to represent our agency. It's all agency people that are there. And just I think I learned so much from these conferences, not only from the topics themselves, but from the people that you meet. I know some people that are going, so there's some good reunions to be had. But yeah, jet setting here in a little bit. The last piece of news we have, it is exciting news. It is also a little bummer news, but all of her clients have been notified, and Chelsea Clement is officially retiring.
I don't have a sound effect.
I was going to say, I'm
sound effect.
I don't think.
No, wah, wah.
You had your finger on it. I was like, what is she going to play?
I don't have anything that I could actually do for that one.
Chelsea just celebrated her 10 years at the agency.
Wow.
Told me a couple of weeks ago. We announced the news to clients and staff shortly thereafter. So your special treat, probably the grand finale for Chelsea Clement, is she is going to be on the podcast next week, front and center. What's her podcast name?
It's just all caps Chelsea Clement on pod.
Chelsea Clement on pod.
That's how it is on our calendar.
Chelsea's on the pod. And it's going to be a good day.
She's going to tell.
She's telling it all.
Yeah, this is her last. She's been threatening for years.
Yeah,
and this is it.
This is her chance. She is an open mic. She's got 27 minutes, and she's going to tell you the good and the bad and the ugly.
If there are things or if there's questions or things you want to hear from Chelsea, send them in because this is your last chance.
Seriously.
Probably.
Like internal questions. Is Sam crazy?
Yeah.
What does Roop do for half the day? What are her favorite clients? Worst client experiences? Anything? She's going to tell you.
She won't ask what Roop does for half the day because half the day I'm writing her emails for her. And she probably doesn't want that secret out, but we'll talk next week.
So we'll talk next week. The last thing for next week, we'll dive into topic here. Wellness Week. Claude, how excited are you? Play some sort of sound.
I am so pumped for this one.
Got a sound? Anything?
I could.
She's too excited. There it is. Go
That
back to back. We are moving up Wellness Week by a month, and everyone is totally pumped because the weather next week is supposed to be. Normally it's in June, and it is freaking hot. And wellness, by the way, mental wellness, emotional wellness, and physical wellness. We take walks. We have good food. We have good exercises. We have a speaker coming in, so we'll hit a bunch on that next week. But boy, it is really the best week of the year.
It is.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I scheduled vacation around it.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Oh no, you're on vacation the next week. Okay, I was like, dude, no, you can't be on vacation.
I know. I originally had it there. I moved it.
Wow, why?
Massage.
That's it?
Is that really
What
it?
about helping the community?
Helping the community, getting
That's fine.
back?
That's fine. Massage.
Really?
Are you surprised?
Okay.
One of a kind, baby. But I do remember you because you've missed how many wellness weeks?
I've missed 2.
Yeah.
And the
And
last
you are
one I missed,
missed.
I was like, I'm not going to miss it again.
So it's going to be great. Can't wait. Okay, Claude, our one and only topic. Why do dealers go rogue? And what can your corporate marketing do about it? Roop, so let's do it, baby.
So we hear about this one a
All
lot
the
because we specialize and deal a lot in dealer distribution network situations,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So this one comes up quite a bit.
And as you're listening here and you're like, God, do these guys have the answer? No, we don't. But we're going to lament and we're going to therapy you.
we might have a diagnosis.
Therapy. We have some diagnosis.
Yeah.
But you're not alone.
You're not alone. And if you are a dealer and have stumbled upon this somehow, we feel your pain, actually. Like, I kind of get it. Some of the things we're going to talk about from their perspective, I understand why they would do the things or not do the things they do. So today we thought we'd talk about why they go rogue, what we can do about it. And the kind of the number one thing right off the bat is dealers tend to go rogue when the corporate marketing feels disconnected from them, from their local reality. So a lot of times we're in Dallas or Chicago or wherever we are, sitting in our office, making decisions for people who are out in the weeds, doing the hard work. And sometimes those decisions can feel disconnected from them. So I would say that if there's one thing we take away from this whole episode on what you can do about it, it's communicate.
What a very simplistic way to put it, but it's damn true. I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
It's communicate, talk to them, get their input, hear what they're experiencing, what they want from you, all that stuff. That's going to be the main takeaway today. You can turn off the podcast now. That's it. Is communicate.
I had some really good things to say. No, I'm just kidding. No, I 100% agree. So here's the thing. Let's back up and let's talk about our current clients. Okay, our current clients have as little as 100 dealers. Our sweet spot is more around the 300 to 400 dealership range. We do have some clients that are north of 500 individual dealers, anywhere from the big boys down to the mom and pop shops.
Yeah, those
are runs the gamut on dealers.
Yeah, I mean, we have one that has up in the 2,500.
Who's that?
Grasshopper.
Is it 2,500?
It's a lot. Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. Well, I'm mistaken there. So yeah. So
I could be even low there.
A ton of really.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I need to double check my stats here. But anyway, so there's a lot of dealers out there, and you can't have personalized, communicative relationships with every dealer. We recognize that. So we're gonna walk you through some of the ways that we kind of approach this. And it's really interesting. I'm under an NDA, so I can't tell you the name of the company. But someone approached me. By the way, we do not work with this company. But someone approached me a year ago, and they have thousands of dealers, and they've got really, really cool equipment. And they were like, hey, corporate marketing straight up can't take this on anymore. We need a hyper-localized approach. We want you as an agency to handle. They wanted to do a test run of 100 dealers within the Midwest. It became not a priority, but they're going to hopefully reprioritize that this year, so future conversations to come. But people are thinking about that, right? Because you as a corporate marketing department, whether you're a department of 3, whether you're a department of 20, you can't communicate with 1,000 dealers. But we're going to have some tips and some tricks along the way to help you kind of, what does this look like? So Roop, Why do people go rogue to start?
Well, a lot of times it's a symptom of poor enablement. Maybe you've created a dealer portal, or you've rolled out some sort of program or collateral materials, whatever it is that you're trying to push down to the dealers. And that's right out of the gate the first problem. We're pushing down. They should be considered equal to us. Like,
yes.
right? You need that communication from them, and you need to treat them as equals, as if they were in the office. And that's a tough mindset. I get it. Some of them are real hairy to deal with, but that's okay. Those vocal guys are going to have something to say to you, and you need to communicate with them. But if you have not explained what you're rolling out, if it's not
new product launch, it could be
if you're not open
new
to
financing option,
whatever it is, and you might have a really detailed long email that they're not going to read or they're going to skim. So the same way you would communicate to your customers, you kind of need to think about communicating to your dealers.
Totally.
Like, they're not going to read that long email. They're not going to read a 3-page printed out pamphlet. You need to get it to them in a quick, concise manner that still makes sense to them, and you need to be open and available for questions. And that's really the part where the rubber meets the road.
Talk about the DAM system.
The DAM system.
The DAM system.
Digital asset management. So
DAM.
Yeah, there's a lot of tools, and I'm sure every marketing department uses different ones. We've created our own here. We've also used
just launched it.
Yeah, we just
pretty sweet, by the way.
Ooh, thank you. One of the things I fight robots on. We also had previously used a system called Dash. DAM is digital asset management, and that's just a repository where you can store and serve, and through maybe a password protected, if you so desire, portal, give your dealers access to things you want them to, vetted and cleared materials.
Yep.
Photos have been
For them to
approved and
promote
touched
social media
up,
images.
videos, yeah, all that stuff, and they give a nice repository to pull from. So like that's an easy way to do that part. But if you haven't really explained or communicated to them where it is, examples of how it could be used, or really kind of nurtured them through the process of why you built this to begin with, they're probably not going to use it. And what they're going to do instead is take their phone and go take a crappy photo of your equipment out in the yard.
It's
and use
not
that
on
instead.
brand. Maybe safety hasn't approved.
Right.
Yeah, no, we deal with that all the time. So Roop, let's walk through a hypothetical situation here, because we've got prospective clients listening to this. So corporate marketing is doing their job. They've loaded up the DAM system. Mr. or Mrs. Dealer out in the Midwest has all the assets that they need, but they are too busy.
Yeah.
And they don't have a full-time, a lot of these dealers we recognize do not have full-time dedicated marketing people unless you are a big global account.
Most probably don't.
So what does that relationship look like? Not only from a co-op standpoint, but just in the sense of like, okay, I'm a dealer, I've got all the stuff, but dude, I'm out there selling, I'm out there with customers, I'm dealing with service problems. So what does that look like in the sense of corporate's done their job, now I need to do my job. I also need to tie information and data into the CRM to push it back to corporate.
Oh, CRM.
It's a lot. Yeah, that's a whole other beast.
CRM is not even on the script
first.
today.
Let's start with the first, though.
Yeah, that's a real problem. And I think you're going to have, like you said, some folks might be lucky enough to have an in-house marketing person that can help them enable and fulfill that obligation of using what corporate's sending them and getting it out there on social and using it in ads and things like that. Most probably don't. And, they're not waking up every day to do that kind of work. They're there to sell equipment and service their customers. And they're not there to, download images and upload them to social media channels.
Well, and you have to think too, right? So we call them, someone coined it really well, and I wrote it down and I can't find it, but we call them rainbow dealers, right? So you walk into a dealership and you've got a grasshopper mower and 10 other different kind of mowers that you can buy.
Yeah.
And these dealers, right, they're incentivized to push some. But what if I've done my research digitally? We've done our job and we presented grasshopper mowers. And it's like, hey, I want this mid-mount mower. But then they come in and a dealer it might be a bait and switch. It might be, hey, yep, absolutely, we sell grasshopper. We're huge fans. It's the Rolls Royce of mowers. There's that too to consider as well. And there's a lot. These dealers have a lot on their plates.
They've got a lot on their plates.
Not giving them excuses.
No, and I think this is one of the areas where incentive packages and incentive programs come in, right? And like
co-op opportunities.
Opportunities, things like that. Yeah. So there are some marketing departments that will take that kind of back to the how you can run a Facebook ad. We'll take that off their plate.
Yep.
We'll run it on your behalf. You kick a little money into the kitty, and we're going to make sure you're represented. That's what it's called, right?
I know.
No?
You said that before. I know,
I don't
and
know
it's just
what that
always
is.
it always
What?
throws me. It always you've done it before, and
Friends,
Claude and I,
friends, it sucks being one of the oldest people in the agency.
bro,
really?
Claude and I have had this exact interaction before, and you say it with a little deceit.
On the seat. Off the rails.
Continue.
Maybe our first edit on a
Good
podcast
God.
right there.
There's been many edits. Continue.
So anyhow, they contribute back to a larger money pool.
Dude.
Stale. That sometimes a partner agency like us in our media department takes and
then we promote.
Yeah, we promote, and they'll, a group like Chris and Tom and those guys will do the hard work, and Kelly, of figuring out how to make sure that money is representative of the different areas where your dealers are.
Yes.
So it's not all small and big. The big doesn't suck up too much, and the small doesn't suck up. It's representative. They do a really good job of that, actually. It's really interesting. Some of that stuff and the work they do ties back into the CRM systems that we also work in for some of our clients.
So you have a good point here.
So I see it, and it's cool.
No, that's awesome. You have a good point here. Dealers want flexibility, right? And I think that's important. You think about all the different brands that they're dealing with. Like they want ease of use, flexibility, not total freedom. They've got brand guidelines and things to abide by.
Yeah.
But I think that's really important. You have editable templates on here, localized messaging, right? Messaging in down south in Texas is a lot different than the Northeast. It's a lot different than the Rockies, West Coast. It's like we totally understand that, and you can't just blast a message that's the same across all 50 states.
No,
we get that.
Yeah, and if that's something that's been happening, that's probably one of the immediate disconnects. Where you've got dealers going rogue. They're like, okay, this California ad does not represent me in Georgia.
100%. Yeah, absolutely.
So I get that, and that's one of the areas where we come in and are able to help with that.
Yes, 100%. We talked about co-op, and here's the thing, right? Best channel marketing teams. You're acting like a partner. You don't want to be the bad guy. The dealer's got a lot going on in their world.
Yeah.
Is how can you make it free and easy? Not free. Easy, manageable.
Maybe free.
There's co-op involved. But you're building that trust, sharing the data. Again, we could talk for 30 minutes to an hour on CRM, right?
Yeah, and that's
because we call it closing the loop.
Yeah, and let's spend 5 minutes on it.
Yeah, let's
spend 30
How
seconds
are we on
on
time?
that. How are we doing time?
Got about 19.
Okay, so I've got time to explain what a kitty is at the end of this too.
No.
Continue, Mr. Man.
So one of the things that I think gets maybe not always gets discounted or dismissed is the value that the dealers have in terms of getting data for you.
Yes.
So like, you put together a co-op program and maybe you think it's just a matter of making sure there's brand consistency or they're promoting your brand or service in a way that you want. But there's kind of this bigger opportunity that if you've really got a good dealer situation going on, good relationship and a good platforms that you're pushing out to them, that they're incentivized to send you back data, sales data, lead data, things like that. We love that when we can get that. It's hard. It's hard to get sometimes, and I do understand that. Then every dealership network is different in how they operate. We have some tricks to close those loops. But that part of it, I think, makes it worth all the time and effort and money you spend into trying to put co-op systems together and incentivize them and give them materials. All that stuff needs to not just go one way towards them, but like think about how you're going to get data and information back from them.
Yes.
And make that easy as possible. It's not. I know it's like
it's not easy.
They don't want to log in and do all this stuff. I get it. There's some tricks to that.
We definitely recognize that. And by the way, most prospective clients that we talk to is here's our biggest pain point. Can't get data from the dealers because that would make it makes everyone's life better.
When you get really good data back from your dealer network across the country or states or what Midwest, wherever you are,
holy smokes,
that makes marketing better. It makes the money you spend on your media cheaper. Everyone wins. Like it's the holy grail. It's like closing that loop from it leaves your factory to it goes sold, and you get that data back on who bought it and when and why and all that is magic.
And so let's just think top of funnel lead enters. They go through corporate. They find a dealer. They find their local dealer. They go to said dealer. They purchase that equipment from the original manufacturer that we did our marketing job. And they fill out a warranty card and they mail it in, and all of a sudden we have a full picture.
That's the perfect world.
That's the perfect world, and that is 1%,
maybe
5%.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe 6, but like,
and by the way, I've always told people, like, one day I aspire to, later in phase 2, I'd love to buy a small manufacturing company with an SBA loan and literally have like the most perfect CRM system that sales, IT, marketing communicate in, and then dealers are plugged in as well, and then everyone's just making money. I think that's as you're listening to this, you're like, yeah, Sam and Roop, like, figure it out. We have gotten smart about it.
Yeah.
But again, that's the imperfect / perfect situation. And that is what we're all striving for. And we get it with thousands of dealers, hundreds of dealers, whatever it is. It'll never be perfect.
No.
But your job as corporate is to be the best liaison / partner to your dealers as you can. And we call them 1, 2, 3 dealers. You got your 1s, right? You got your perfect, you got great dealers. And you got your 3s, you're not so great. And you got your 2 in the middle, they're getting by.
They could go either way.
They can go either way. Sometimes on a Monday, yesterday was Monday, they were great. Today, not so great. Happens, right? That's the world that we live in. So we hope, if anything, I mean, I guess, Keith, if you have stopped listening from earlier, communicate. I think a great DM system is super helpful. Happy if you're curious about that, call us, DM us, whatever. And just be a good partner, be a good human.
Yeah,
it's all gonna be good.
And if you are lucky enough to have a CRM in place and you're struggling with that part of how do you get the dealers?
We hear a lot of people struggle with that.
How do you get them to kind of report back or buy into that system? Because a lot of them feel like, why am I telling you? I already made the sale.
Yep.
I'm done now.
Yep.
We have some tips and tricks.
Absolutely.
There are some things you can do if you are lucky enough to have a job.
Yeah.
No, thanks. If you have CRM, there's some things you can do.
Yep. 100%.
If you don't have a CRM and are interested in one, we can also talk.
So that is that for this week. It is a big week next week with Chelsea's finale. I don't want to say season finale because it's not our season finale.
Do you think she'll come back after she's gone? Like after she's retired?
I think she'll visit the agency. Will she come back on the pod? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, time will tell. We'll have to ask for that on the podcast.
Do you think her dad will still listen?
Her dad will definitely still listen.
Okay, good.
100%. John, if you're listening, I know you'll listen. We love you. It is going to be a doozy. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be wild, exciting. Gear up, get ready. Next week, Chelsea Clement. And her, by the way, she's coming off a trip from Italy.
I was about to say.
She literally leaves for Italy tomorrow. She is going to be in a fabulous mood, and she's bringing the heat because at that point she has a little less than 2 weeks left. And we'll see what that episode brings.
Do you think she'll cry on the podcast?
No, I don't think she will. She's fresh off of Italy.
I'm gonna try to.
What do you think?
I'm gonna make her cry.
I don't think she'll cry.
Yeah, unless you have like a super emotional closing.
Yeah, unless you get emotional or for some reason.
Ooh, he is. My actor over there. Okay, be well, be good. Have a great, second week of May, and we will see you next week, and we can't wait.
Yeah, adios.
All right, bye-bye.
And that's a wrap. We hope you found a spark of inspiration for your marketing strategy. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us at Littlefield Agency to keep the conversation going. Catch you next time.